manifesting a new future for humanity, sentient beings, and nature. By the power of light, we fuel our collective destiny. By the power of mindfulness, we build a harmonious planetary way of life. By the power of wisdom, we heal Mother Nature and all sentient beings. By the power of pure awareness, we rediscover our true collective Dharma. By the power of compassion, we hold in our hearts the most vulnerable. By the power of concentration, we walk the path to collective enlightenment. By the power of purity, we only desire what constitutes a contribution to our highest expression of life. By the power of water, we calm all our emotions and fears. By the power of the earth, we find the balance and sustenance to walk towards the ultimate truth. By the power of the space, we expand our inner state of reality and achieve all realization. By the power of fire, we warm our souls and burn all negative karmas. By the power of the wind, we can fly high in the sky of perfections and self-identity. By the power of generosity, we share the internal rewards of our intelligence and the external rewards of our abilities. By the power of morality, we can discern the right path of all mankind. By the power of self-sacrifice, we can achieve high levels of spiritual material well-being for the benefit of all. By the power of integrity, we are able to establish the true motives of belonging, property, and possessions. By the power of kindness, we instill smile and happiness in all living beings. By the power of austerity, we understand that the accumulation and concentration of material means leads to self-destruction. By the power of non-violence, we lay all the necessary foundation for world peace now and forever. By the power of tolerance, we build a planetary, diverse, and inclusive society. By the power of righteousness, we walk the path of justice in aid of all who are vulnerable, needy, and desperate. By the power of moral responsibility, we share creation and its benefit for the benefit of all. By the power of spirituality, we see how to establish new ways of approaching our existence of collective life. By the power of self-government, we establish firm foundations to balance the internal and external ecology. By the power of ethics, we differentiate what is right and meaningful in our lives together. By the power of political truth, we identify the best ways of managing our common existence and caring for all beings. By the power of individual awareness, we rapidly advance and empower our awareness about Buddha and nature. By the power of collective consciousness, we understand the importance of our collective destiny and social happiness. By the power of transformation, we recognize the importance of making merits to incarnate in our higher self. By the power of vision, we keep our course towards the best expressions of life on this planet. By the power of intention, we direct and redirect all our internal energies towards the purest collective destiny. By the power of action, we are able to distinguish the two fundamental forms of the right action. By the power of yoga, we rejoice in the intelligence of life inseparable from the human being, from all expression of life. By the power of happiness, we lift our hearts and souls in moments of suffering and despair. By the power of meditation, we can transcend this limited material reality. By the power of contemplation, we establish a vehicle to enter our subtle existence. By the power of prayer, we see all forms of internal tools, an instrument and practices to nurture our own identity. By the power of silence, we experience our true nature and the true path that contains our unique existence. By the power of equanimity, we avoid injustices, unnecessary forms of exclusion, and absolute poverty. By the power of service, We dedicate our life to healing the planet and healing ourselves for world peace and prosperity. By the power of merit, we purify the internal and external environment of this life and all future lives. By the power of forgiveness, we experience beauty in others just as important as beauty in ourselves. By the power of truth, we are emptied of all suffering, fears, and uncertainties about our present Dharma. By the power of reincarnation, we regain the power of our transfer mind and remember our accumulated wisdom. By the power of positive karma, we create great spiritual savings to achieve eternal bliss and joy. By the power of Dharma, we remember our contract in this lifetime and fulfill what we promised. By the power of interdependence, we permanently connect with humans, with nature, and with our collective Dharma. By the power of feminine energy, we open new lenses to see the importance of compassion, sharing, and caring. By the power of inclusion, we enjoy the presence of all life forms of existence and become net contributing to them. By the power of correspondence, we see the importance of the inseparability of inner and outer existence. By the power of service, seva, we reach the hearts and wisdom of others and help uphold the truth. By the power of faith, we have the courage of our convictions to live this life the way it's supposed to be. By the power of the mind, we establish the practice to calm and empower our thoughts and the transformational reality. By the power of material prosperity, we understand that matter and spirit are one, inseparably universal. By the power of spiritual prosperity, we continue to practice the path of service to others in a state of Buddhahood. By the power of gratitude, we realize the importance of who we are and what we can become. By the power of purity, we experience life as it really is and for the good of all beings and nature. By the power of acceptance, we become fully aware of our unique potential in our life and in the life of others. By the power of the cosmos, we experience the unique attributes of meta-consciousness. By the power of perception, we can avoid the negative dimension of attachment, greed, and selfishness. By the power of leadership, we show the way to self and others for the sake of our collective enlightenment. By the power of love, we disarm the violent and open the way for the troubled souls of the desperate reality. By the power of solidarity, we work together and co-build a unique form of collective governance. By the power of cooperation, we experience the importance of others in our own way. By the power of justice, we build a powerful planetary society in which we are all included with respect and dignity. By the power of connection, we experience union with others and share the reciprocity of it. By the power of our inner ecology, we realize that there is within us waiting to be, and we realize that there is life within us waiting to be awakened. By the power of our outer ecology, we realize the importance of each unique aspect of nature. By the power of human values, we can make the right decisions and achieve the best results. By the power of human rights, we respect and implement what everyone deserves in our society. By the power of nature's society rights, we become ourselves into a system of responsibilities for the divinity of all creation. By the power of self-empowerment, we can manage our own truth and spiritual reality. By the power of the protocol, we do not destroy what we do not know, and we respect what we think is relevant. By the power of our votes, we are committed to building an enlightened society. By the power of humanity, we lay the foundation for a powerful form of collective enlightenment. By the power of the sun, we awaken our inner light and effulgent light for the benefit of all. By the power of the moon, we are guided in times of darkness and despair. By the power of the stars, we find the lights of each and every human being and all sentient beings. By the power of the mountains, we have the ability to reach the highest expression of ourselves. By the power of the rivers, we open the fluidity that will avoid rigidity and inflexibility in our way. By the power of the forest, we experience the value of being together with a commonly shared life purpose. By the power of animals, we can taste the infinite manifestations of life and consciousness. By the power of the rocks, we have the opportunity at noontime to listen to other sources of wisdom. By the power of plants, we regenerate the immensity of colors, smells, and beauties, here, there, and everywhere. By the power of the birds, we sing every morning to bring happiness and joy to our collective existence. By the power of insects, we understand that life expresses itself in a unique way and that this brings unique collaborators. By the power of volcanoes, we finally know that patience is a vital and must be managed by the power of inner self. By the power of rain, we have the most important ingredients to cleanse and be considerate to our body, mind, and speech. By the power of thunder, we can hasten and herald the rewards of the Bodhisattva path. By the power of the trees, we awaken our roots and reach the heights that allow us to experience light everywhere. By the power of minerals, we recognize the nature of time and productivity in the body of transformation of nature. By the power of the rocks, we have the opportunity at noon to listen to other sources of wisdom. By the power of commitment, we now take responsibility to heal the planet and all forms of existence. By the power of emptiness, we link ourselves to the true origins and connections of our own identity and senses of belonging. By the power of dependent origination, we understand that everything that exists has causes and conditions. By the power of offerings, we give humbly as an act of love and greatness toward divinity of others. By the power of non-duality, we discard both the wrong ways of conducting our life and how we feed on unnecessary illusions. By the power of protection, we build a society that cares about the vulnerability of all lives. By the power of awakening, we open our minds and souls to the foundation of true existence. By the power of being, we know who we really are, far from the distorted nature of fears. By the power of becoming, we see for ourselves that we can transform and advance to higher levels of consciousness. By the power of enlightenment, we reach the fullest expressions of selves and others. By the power of our endowment, we realize that we come alive with everything we need and live life with everything we don't. By the power of bliss, we increase the flow of all our energies and expressions of generosity. By the power of freedom, we finally enter the sacred space of our spirit and rejoice in our true selves. With the power of my mind, we can become useful citizens of this planet and expand mindfulness to others. By the power of my body, we see intelligence in everything and we use this intelligence for the enlightenment of beings. By the power of my soul, we take spirituality where it is not and open the door to Shambhala. By the power of the three Buddha's bodies, we awaken to the transforming power of love and bodhicitta. Soha, Soha, Soha. Zambling, Showtap Ken.